And back to our top story, President Trump taking aim at the top brass of the FBI after reports embattled Deputy Director Andrew McCabe may be getting ready to leave the Bureau. The president slamming McCabe on Twitter, suggesting a conflict of interest over his wife's run for Virginia's state Senate back in 2015. And that's because she received donations from a Clinton ally. Now, joining me is Chris Prudhomme, president of Vote America Now and a Republican strategist, along with Scott Bolden, chair of the National Bar Association PAC. Nice to see you both.
Good afternoon.
All right, I want to start by actually reading one of these tweets from the president that he tweeted from Mar-a-Lago. He said, "How can FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, the man in charge, along with Leakin James Comey of the phony Hillary Clinton investigation, including her 33,000 illegally deleted emails, be given $700,000 for wife's campaign by Clinton puppets during investigation?" That $700,000 he's referring to Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe. So, Chris, I want to start with you. What say you to this tweet?
So, I certainly do understand what President Trump is saying. And look, whether it's President Trump or anybody else, this is completely wrong. This is not acceptable government. We cannot have a former deputy who oversees an investigation whose wife has taken money from the state Democratic Party and other Democratic donors. Look, of course, it's in the best interest of the party. It's in the best interest of any individual that supports the party to benefit the party themselves. So why would they want to indict Secretary Clinton by any means? Of course they don't want to indict her. So this, in my eyes, is completely unacceptable. And this is, frankly, what people are tired of. This is, to me, fake government, orchestrated government, not real government that's just genuine and that's impartial.
Scott,
where's
Scott,
the
hang on a second.
impartiality?
Scott, hang on.
Go right ahead.
Scott, I have a question.
Okay,
Scott, I want to know, do you think that this is fair? Should somebody, just because by virtue of the fact that they're married to somebody in the FBI, not be able to take a campaign contribution for their own campaign?
Of course, this is completely unfair to McCabe and his wife. Here's the deal. I'm a former prosecutor. I do white-collar criminal defense right now. And let me just say this. This is political rhetoric, but it's not legal reality. McCabe is married and an FBI agent. His wife is running for a state Democratic seat. They happen to be married. Do you want him to resign from the FBI, or do you want her not to run, or maybe even break up the marriage because she chooses to have a political career? And who else is she supposed to take money from? The Republicans? It's a state house. She took money from the governor, like most Democratic candidates do in Virginia, and she also took money from the state Democrats. Where else is she supposed to get that from? So what does that have to do with the Clinton investigation? And I got to tell you, a very reliable report I saw what's being reported is that McCabe was not involved in the Clinton administration or the investigation until after his wife lost. And so this is political hand-wringing, if you will, but legally and ethically and morally, nothing inappropriate here. It's an issue that the Republicans are driving and Donald Trump is driving, but there's no bridge to bad conduct. And I got to tell you, it's dangerous and it's unfair to McCabe and his wife and the Democrats.
Well, we have seen evidence of bias at the FBI, and the president clearly feared.
Tell me, what is it?
Well, for one thing, there's the text messages that we've seen from Peter Strzok, and so there are other things that the president
has... He was removed from the investigation. As he
was indeed, but that does indicate that there was bias within the organization. Okay, let me finish here. The president also referred to documents that were sent, emails that were sent during, that were sent to Andrew McCabe from his wife that seemed to be inappropriate. I want to get your take on those, Chris.
Okay.
Chris, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
Chris, are you still with us?
Yes, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, I want to get your take on the president believing that there were that these emails that were sent to Andrew McCabe by his wife regarding her campaign were unfair. Your thoughts?
Well, so certainly I can certainly understand what the president is saying. I mean, especially from my understanding, the emails were sent of course, on the FBI's actual server and the FBI's email account, excuse me. And I think that I can see how anyone, of course, the president can look at that as a little bit biased and telling other according to his tweet and his information, telling individuals to support her or have an interest in her based on out of the actual FBI email. To me, that is inappropriate. That is wrong. And look, people can argue this anywhere they want. They can go back and forth. Of course, it's politics. This is what politics is. At the same time, it does not make it right.
I want to quickly give Scott last word on this.
Here's the deal, right? So his wife sends him 2 emails. He doesn't send those emails to her with a colloquy. She sent them to him. The 3rd email was someone sent to him again that he directed them to her website. Now, the Office of Special Counsel investigates hatch acts. I guarantee you, having defended many people before that agency, they would take a look at it. They would not investigate it. They wouldn't even raise their eyebrows at it because he's receiving the emails. He's not engaged in political dialogue, and so there's really nothing to look at. Again, nothing immoral, nothing inappropriate, and nothing illegal about it. This is the Republicans trying to distract from the Mueller investigation that's getting closer every day to Donald Trump.
Well, certainly something that eyebrows are being raised at, and we'll see what happens.
Only by the politicians and the Republicans.
We'll see what happens with this in the future. Excuse me. Nice to see you both. Chris Prudhomme, Scott Bolden, thanks for being with us. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.